All right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Pastrami Nation Podcast. I'm Kevin. Joining me today, Eli. What's going on?
Nothing much, just having a good time.
Just having a good time in your own little space, your own little cubicle.
Yeah.
Finally, I like it. I like it. Of course, Christian, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a little while.
Doing good. Good to be back. Good to be here. Good to
Yeah,
see you
man.
guys.
Happy to have you back. It's been a crazy, I'd say, it'd been a crazy last couple weeks.
It's been a
Spec-
crazy year.
It's been a crazy
already.
year. It's been a
Yeah.
crazy, and it's only like what, 2 weeks in, 2 weeks, 3 weeks
January
in.
has been the craziest 6 months of my life.
Oh my gosh, absolutely, absolutely. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thank you for checking it out, or thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, officially announced the other day. We don't know a lot, but we'll talk about what we think about it, what some of our rantings and rumblings about it are, and some speculation about what it could be. And then, that's really the only big, some Star Wars news I want to go over real fast. But first, we really need to address the wildfires happening in California. Christian, you are very close to these.
I
Tell
mean,
us a little bit,
relatively, yeah.
relatively, what has it been like? You've been down there the whole time, obviously. What's kind of been going through your head this whole time? What's going on, man?
It's been pretty gnarly. So this, it's been a little over a week now, since this all started. Last Tuesday, when this all broke out, I was at Disneyland with my sister. My sister lives in Washington State.
Mm.
She was down visiting with her girls and her husband. We were having a good time, and I kept just getting alerts about the fire spreading. I got it early in the morning, and then at some point at night, I texted my friend who lives in Santa Monica, and I'm like, "Hey, are you okay?" And she sent me a picture of the fires from her balcony, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Holy smokes!
And I'm like, "Dude, are you gonna?" Basically, I gotta go because I wanted to see if I could help her. I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Like, a lot of the roads were shut down. So she lives like Santa Monica Palisades. So the crazy thing is, like, literally the day before on that Monday, we were making plans for the following week, and she was like, "Dude, we should go get dinner at this place, but like before we can watch the sunset." It's so heartbreaking. She was like, "It's so beautiful to see the sunset over the Palisades." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, that sounds awesome." Literally the next day, like, this all happens. I work in Pasadena. I work at Art Center. So, that's also right by the other major fire that's been going on. So and that's been really rough because Altadena is not like a really affluent area. They're normal people, so it
Yeah.
not that people in Palisades aren't normal either, but it's just like these aren't like well-to-do, like, "Oh, I have multiple houses," this is just like anybody else. So it's affected a lot of people that I work with. My TA Max, all my love to you, Max. He lost his place. Luckily,
Oh my
he
gosh.
doesn't like he's from the Bay Area, and we were on break. We're still on break. We actually come back this week, and he was up north. Max, I'm sorry if I'm putting your all your junk out there, but yeah, he was luckily up north when this all happened. But he lost a lot of his stuff. He lost like sketchbooks, a lot of his collection, which is heartbreaking to me. You know what I mean? So,
Oh
but he's such
no.
a good
That
spirit. He's
that
such a good
sucks.
guy. I know. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna help him as much as I can rebuild his collection. He's a big Star Wars guy too. So much love to you, Max. But yeah, on like last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I went to go donate over at Pasadena Community College. And you can still donate if you're here in Southern California and you're looking to donate. They're always accepting. I would think to do like water, snacks, feminine hygiene products, stuff like that. Try avoid clothes. I think they're good on clothes. Um, I think the last time I checked, they were good on like animal food and stuff. So you're good on
Mhm.
that. But yeah, I tried to donate as much as I could, and it was really beautiful to see because like I thought I spent a good decent amount of money, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring so much." So many people were there donating. It was like
That's
a
good.
madhouse. It took like an hour to get through it. There were so many people volunteering. It was like beautiful to see the community come out. I know a lot of people who aren't from like SoCal and the LA area like to like talk shit about like LA people and
No,
like
that's
LA
bullshit.
culture.
That's
Yeah, because
bullshit.
like if you were here to see this, like it was kind of a beautiful thing to see, despite like all the horrible things happening. Um, yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I went to dinner like right around the like Santa Monica Palisades area like last Monday, like I guess a week after the whole thing. It's been 2 weeks now. Jeez. Yeah.
Mm.
And you know, it's crazy thing happening here because like half the city's on fire, so many people are losing homes, but like like the other half of the city still has to like business as usual and like just
Yeah,
coming
it's
to
gotta
work,
though.
you
Yeah.
know, and like it's just how it has to be. But you know, like people's spirits are like high, you know, these people are resilient, like, you know, and it's kind of awesome to see. So I was in Monrovia a couple days after the fire started, so it was still like at zero containment, and like it was bad. I was there to get my my car fixed, and it was like a 6 hour ordeal. So like luckily they had masks and they gave me like a
Good.
reasonable mask. But I walked, I was like, dude, I'm going to find something to eat. I walked for like 2.5, almost 3 miles. Everything was closed because like, you know, of the fires, like McDonald's, KFC, like everything was closed. I finally found like a Denny's that was open, and it was like, and like just walking around, like it was hard to breathe. Like there was just ash everywhere. It smelled like just
It's
burnt plastic.
wild, dude.
Like, yeah.
Just
But
looking at pictures and like videos of it, it looks like I hate to use this term, but like an apocalyptic
yeah,
wasteland. Like it
yeah,
looked just devastating.
yeah. It's crazy to think. But you know, again, the people of LA are resilient and, you know,
Yeah,
resourceful.
they are very much
This
so.
this is going to be a long time to rebuild. You know, construction takes a long time, and to think of like how many tens of thousands of buildings were destroyed, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, a lot of people lost like their livelihoods and their whole like lives, but again, you know, luckily we can rebuild. But my heart goes out to everybody who is affected by this. Again, if you guys are
Same.
looking to like donate or volunteer, you know, there's countless places that you guys can go from, you know, the Pasadena, Altadena area over to the Palisades area. So, but please do if you can, if you're able to, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. And also, if you guys, even if you guys don't specifically live in California or anywhere near LA or the fires, you guys want to help, there's a bunch of resources online that you can go to and donate. Donate money, donate. They'll ship stuff for you too as well. So, just do whatever you can. Times like this, we all need to come together. And there's just been this weird, like, it wasn't as bad, but I think it was really bad probably the first few days of the fire when people were talking about, it's just a bunch of rich people that live there. It's all about, these people have so much money, these celebrities
Mhm.
are losing their homes, blah, blah, blah. But it's not just affecting them, it's affecting everybody. Like you said, Christian, it's people of all types, even in the Palisades, like the Palisades, there are people who work really, really hard to get where they're at. And it doesn't mean that they're famous, that they're celebrities, that they have a lot of money per se. It just means that they're able to live how they want to live, right? They're able to afford to live in the Palisades, which is great, fantastic, amazing. They work really, really hard to get there. So, I mean, it's not just celebrities and famous people and rich people, it's people of all walks of life. And they all, what's happening there is devastating. It's devastating everybody. So definitely go help if you can. Like Christian was saying, do whatever you can to help out, because it's still going on. Like it's not over. Like I feel like we've kind of quote unquote forgotten about it. A lot of people have, especially with the chaos of the last couple of days. But no, it's still happening. People are still out of homes, and there's so many people that are displaced right now too. They have nowhere to go. Their schools burnt down, their homes burnt down. They have nothing. So,
I don't know if you caught Chappelle's monologue on SNL.
I did. I
Oh,
did.
beautiful. It was awesome. Hilarious
Absolutely.
also. But
Great.
yeah, to have compassion for both everybody displaced, whether it's Palestine or the Palisades, you know, I think like he so well put, like it was awesome. So
Exactly. And it was crazy how TikTok apocalypse overshadowed the fires, it seems, for a couple days. I think that was, you know, Christian. What are your thoughts on the TikTok ban,
I think it made me
quote unquote
realize,
ban?
yeah, the 12-hour, 13-hour ban.
Yeah,
I it's not okay. So like I'm deep in it. I'm like super deep in it. So like I it's not the same already. It's like a
no, it's
different
not.
TikTok.
It is.
And like,
Yeah, algorithm's all messed up.
I get like the whole thing with TikTok. Like I think for a long time, a lot of especially people like our age, my age, that are on TikTok. When we first started on TikTok, it's like almost like deniable. Like yeah, I'm kind of on there, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. But
yeah,
it's like, oh, it's for kids. I don't want to like admit to it. But like I'm at the point like, yeah, I'm like, I'm not ashamed of the like I prefer TikTok over like all of the other social medias as far as like consuming media and consuming like content. I prefer to consume content on TikTok. I think
I
TikTok
agree.
gives me what I want. I think like and also that like window of time where it was down just made me realize how much I effing hate Instagram. Like it's
Instagram
just
Reels.
Instagram. I'm like, I here's the thing. This is the way I see it. Instagram for me is a way for me to stay connected with the people that I actually know, and then TikTok is a way for me to stay connected with the greater world, like the bigger culture. You know what I mean? So like TikTok, I think, or like on Instagram, I know everybody. I think that follows me, and I have a decent amount of followers. I'm not like complaining that I don't have enough followers there. I've got like way more followers on Instagram than I do on TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok to like put out content. I'm there to consume the
Right.
content. And the content is so much better, I think it's far less pretentious. I think, and one of the gross things I think that like kind of bothered me about the whole ban was like the people on Instagram that were like, RIP
Oh my
TikTok.
gosh,
Oh,
that was
I never downloaded it. Like it's so pretentious. Like, I mean, I get it because like people that just never had TikTok don't know what they're missing out on. You know
yeah,
what I
no, they
mean?
don't.
And
Hmm.
you're still making that statement on a social media. So if like you're complaining about like, oh, you're better off without TikTok, I'm like, where are you posting right now? Right? Like you're still on a social media complaining about a social media. So I don't know. Like it's not to like come to the dark side or come check out TikTok, but yeah, like the algorithm on TikTok is so much better. At least
Yeah.
it was. So what how about you? Like what are your thoughts?
No, I'm the same, dude. Like I generally don't consume. I didn't realize how much I consumed TikTok until I didn't have TikTok for 12 hours, if that makes sense. I
Yeah, like
was
you
sitting
cleaned your
there.
whole bathroom.
I did. I did chores. I did chores. I completely like I have this big carpet I put down in this room.
I
I finally
saw.
did
Looks
things that I've been
nice.
wanting to do. Thank you. But yeah, I was fine though, right? Like I was like I do post a lot on TikTok, but it's mostly like my Lego videos and stuff, and I kind of just like to put that out into the world. Like it's my way of being creative while still, it's my kind of outlet to be able to be creative in that way. Um, but I scroll through it every morning. I get up for work. I'm out of bed. I'm feeding the dogs, doing my thing. I take a few minutes, just scroll through TikTok, see what's going on, see what's happening. We didn't have it for those 12 hours. It was fine. I wasn't like going through withdrawals or anything. And then the next day it comes back. But then, like you said, like the algorithm things, it didn't feel the same. Like it felt
There
different.
were some icky things that happened when it was so okay. I
Yes.
like we'd known that this was going to go down on the 19th. So I think like for a lot of people that really like consume a lot of TikTok, it was like leading up to it. So that whole day, like the few days before, I was just doom scrolling for hours. Like
Oh,
I saw somebody
100%. Yeah.
was like
Uh,
my goal is 24 hours screen time for today.
yeah.
Um,
For
and
real.
I spent the day like just trying to follow all of like the major people that I follow like on all the other socials, so like on YouTube, on Instagram, just in case, and I was, there were rumors like, oh, it was going to go down at 8:30, it was going to go down at midnight. So like I had went and gotten dinner and I finally put down my phone. And then like I finally picked it up after dinner and it was already like it was during that time I wasn't looking at it that it went away. And I was like,
We
no.
were we were putting on we were actually going to start watching Transformers 1, and we were just kind of doing our last minute scrolling before we turn on the movie. And then Eli turns to me, we're sitting on the couch, he's like, TikTok's gone. And I was like, wait, what time is it? And then he's like, no, it's gone. He showed me his thing and it wasn't working. I was like, what the heck? So I opened my TikTok. Sure enough, nothing. Like I was like, oh man. I wasn't expecting it so soon.
Like it
What?
wasn't black screen or anything, but it just gave you that message
wouldn't
of
scroll.
TikTok's
The
ban.
message,
We're working to, yeah.
One thing that I did legitimately, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, right? Like I kind of had a feeling it was going to mysteriously be saved, quote unquote, by somebody. But I legitimately felt bad for a lot. And I know it's for a lot of the influencers who rely on
that's their
TikTok
livelihood.
for a living. That's their livelihood. And I legitimately felt bad for them. I legitimately was like, man,
Agreed.
this like sucks.
At the
Like I
same
can imagine.
time, I've heard that TikTok has dramatically reduced how much they pay their creators for how much views they get.
So
Right.
I do know from experience that TikTok, of the social medias, like if you're an influencer and you're like monetizing on the socials, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, TikTok pays the least. Like the views like that you get on your TikToks pay the least. The most is Facebook. At least it was like a little while ago. I don't know what it is now. So, but the thing is, like, who the hell's on Facebook? It's like, if your job is like influencing on Facebook, you're manipulating like boomers, basically.
Yeah.
So,
and I think, most of their money comes from, they're like TikTok's kind of the starting point, right? And you make some money from that,
right.
but then that leads to like the Patreons and all the other things, that go on, that people, fourth wall, all that stuff, right? So it's their kind of what do you call it? Like a landing point, I guess, for people to find them. People discover them, they start to follow their content, then they start to find them other places and start paying for their content and stuff like that.
I will say that Saturday, the day that it went down, was maybe one of the best days of TikTok ever, because it was just like all of these like old influencers that haven't posted in like years. I'm like, oh, I forgot about them. And then like there's just all these like funny trends that everybody's like confessing, and it was just like this like kind of love fest on TikTok.
Some people apparently confessed a little too much.
It's like faking their workouts or like faking their mukbangs or whatever.
Faking their accents. Their accents. The dude wasn't even Australian. Wow. There's one dude.
That guy. God.
Yeah, like one of my creators who had kind of quit making content came back for like a goodbye live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, I did enjoy seeing those. I got a little teary-eyed sometimes, watching these people like legitimately being like vulnerable and just being themselves and talking about how much the app meant to them and how much, all these things. And I was like, oh, like, that's sad.
But when it was down, I kept clicking on it just out of habit. Like
me too,
on the app. And I was like, the next morning, that's how I found out it was back. It was just like, I did it again. I'm like, wait, what? Oh my God, it's working.
My daughter had a sleepover and she had her friend stay in the night. And I just hear from her room, she's like, Dad. I was like, what? TikTok's back. I was like, what? And so like I was in the middle of cleaning this room and then I was like looked real quick. I was like, oh man, I can't finish my room now. But
I was at Frankincense when I found out. I was like walking through the
oh yeah.
Hey, there you go.
No, it was it was interesting weekend with TikTok. So let us know what you guys thought about the ban. Were you guys excited about it? Were you guys relieved not to have TikTok for 12 hours, or are you guys happy it's back? And let me know about your algorithm. Is it different? It's different, right? It's not just us.
My algorithm's the same, actually.
Yeah, well, that's weird.
Like it hasn't been.
Everyone else I know is like,
it's not right. It feels off. There's I don't know.
Well, Eli, because you can't vote yet, so they don't care about you. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and they also probably don't want the weeby degenerate that's over here watching edits of anime and cars.
That's true. That's true. Speaking of weeby degenerate, let's talk a little bit about Star Wars. There's been a couple.
Hey, that isn't degenerate. That's nerd.
It is nerd. It is nerd. So today we got a rumor. Like this is a really, really strong rumor. So apparently Dave Filoni has been very, very passionate about getting Natalie Portman back into the fold. There's a rumor that she could be joining Ahsoka season 2, as Padme, of course, which would be interesting to see. So I think we're all pretty much on board with that. Filoni knows what he's doing. And obviously Portman coming back would be really cool. the second piece of Star Wars news, the one that's been confirmed and the one that we've been hearing a lot about today. Sean Levy is working on an untitled Star Wars project. We don't know when it's based, what it's going to be exactly. But the lead role has been cast, and the actor who has been cast as a lead character is Mr. Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling is jumping into the Star Wars universe. Again, we know nothing about the story. We know nothing about what's going on with it. We do know Sean Levy's directing it with Ryan Gosling attached to star. What do you guys think about this? Any ideas, theories? I mean, obviously we don't know much about it, but what do you think about Ryan Gosling jumping into the Star Wars universe? The only way I can really see it is if he plays some sort of like Han Solo type character. But I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the obvious thing, and I think that's probably the direction that they're going to go. I'd like to see him do something different. I think that would be fun to see him like not play to type so much, but adding talent is always a good thing. I'm never going to complain about. He's an awesome actor, so that's cool. Add some
Absolutely
legitimacy and some like attention, that Star Wars could definitely use. So like that makes I'm cool. This is also the first I'm hearing about it, so I'm cool.
Yeah, it was announced today in the trades. Eli, what about you? What do you think about this? Obviously, Star Wars nerd. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Think it definitely. I know that. I think it definitely could be interesting, especially depending on his type of role that he could play, because he doesn't have to play the same Han Solo type of role. He could be playing something completely different.
Which I think that's probably going to be the case.
Expand.
Yeah. I as much as I'd want to see that, I think people would be upset if he wasn't playing like a Han Solo type,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree 100%. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. I'm pretty stoked for it. I mean, I honestly do like Sean Levy. I think Sean Levy's a fine director. Like everything he's really done, I've been a fan of. I don't think there's anything that he's done that I just outright like despised. Maybe some of his earlier stuff was, it was more of the family friendly. I think he did like the remake of Cheaper by the Dozen and some of those kind of early Fox movies that came out. He did the Night at the Museum series, which was kind of, I think, his first big.
Ooh.
And then I love Real Steel. Like Real Steel, I absolutely love Real Steel. I think Real Steel is amazing.
Love that movie.
And of course, this summer he directed Deadpool and Wolverine. Actually, no, before that he did Fall Guy and what was that? The Adam Project.
Adam Project, yeah.
So I think he's
other
fine.
Ryan.
The other, exactly. I think he's going to do good in the Star Wars universe. I think that's exactly kind of what they need, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but they just kind of need that. Kind of the 4-quadrant director, right? The one that could kind of like he's basically like I hate to say this, but a work for hire kind of guy, right? He does the job, does what he needs to do, and I think he does good at it. Like he does great. Like obviously we've seen what he could do with the hardcore rated R MCU movie, and we've seen what he could do with the family films. Like he could kind of do everything. Night at the Museum I thought was a lot of fun. So yeah, I think it's a good choice, and I think he's going to fit right in. So let's talk to our big subject tonight. Let's talk about the Switch 2. So last week, Nintendo officially announced, after months of rumors and speculation, we finally got an official announcement for the Switch 2. And we still know nothing about it. So we did get a look at the design of it. It's going to be a little bit bigger unit.
Yeah.
The screen's going to be bigger. The Joy-Cons are going to be a little bit different. Obviously, they're more magnetic and they click in from the side as opposed to sliding from the top, which I think is really cool.
I'm gonna love that sound a lot more than just the sliding in and snapping.
Absolutely, 100%. There's going to be a lot of functionality to these Joy-Cons from what I've seen and from what I've heard. There's the whole supposed like mouse functionality of the Joy-Cons, which could be interesting depending on what they're used for, obviously.
Yeah, cool.
So for the most part, I mean, I'm excited for it. I think every time Nintendo comes out with something new, I'm going to be on top of it, and I'm pretty stoked for it. I think so. Initially, I had a couple I had a couple worries about this. I had a couple things that just I wasn't quite clicking with me. Like I think obviously Switch 2. The first thing I thought of when they said Switch 2 was the Wii U, right? The Wii
Hmm.
U was notoriously a giant flop for Nintendo. But I think I've kind of come around to the fact that Switch 2 is differentiating itself enough from the regular Switch. Much, the Wii U was I don't think they were very clear as to what the Wii U was. I've been watching a lot of videos and a lot of retrospective stuff on the Nintendo systems throughout the years. And one thing they were talking about with the Wii U specifically was the Wii was this massive, huge success, right? It was great, fantastic. Everybody loved the Wii.
Hmm.
Became one of the fastest growing, one of the best selling consoles of all time. Then they announced the Wii U, and their
It's
main
also one of the
focus.
best games.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When they were doing the marketing for the Wii U, their main focus was the touchpad, was the touchscreen, right? Like you don't have to play on the TV. You can play on this little touchpad. And they were talking about how people just kind of confuse that as like you weren't paying for a brand new system. You were just paying for a peripheral for the original Wii, right? So everyone heard the name Wii U and they thought it was just going to be this tablet you were getting. So general public, I'm talking about. Personally, I really, really like the Wii U. I got the Wii U when it came out. I think it was a really, really good system that a lot of people slept on. I think it was really cool. It upped the Wii in every way possible, graphic wise. You can still use like the motion controls and stuff. But they were releasing games. Like the first game I got for the Wii U when it came out was Assassin's Creed 3. And to me, being able to play like an Assassin's Creed game on a Nintendo system was pretty amazing. Because before it was just like PS2, PlayStation
Right.
and Microsoft had that, cornered. But I think I don't know what the public's perception of the Switch 2 is yet. I don't really know if people kind of have that same thought about it, right? Like it's just it's just like a slight upgrade to the Switch, or it's just kind of, why am I going to get rid of my first Switch, right? Like I'm not sure if people are thinking that. I don't know what the general public is thinking right now. I know a lot of people in like the video game community have been pretty vocal about how it's just a little bit of an upgraded Switch. And if you're a quote unquote real gamer, you're probably not going to get the Switch 2, which seems a little bizarre to me. So I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? So when you guys saw the trailer for it, and like I said, we don't know anything about its specs or anything. There's a lot of speculation about how it's going to, run at least like up to like a PS4 Pro, right? It's not going to be PS5, but it's going to have the same processing power and same functionality as like a PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox Series X or whatever, Xbox One Series X. What do you guys think about it? Are you guys excited for it? And are you guys planning on or are you guys just waiting to hear more information about it?
I am excited for it, but really only because like I'm over here with my tiny Switch Lite and I kind of want to get an upgrade eventually.
Yeah, no, that makes
Whether
sense.
that be in like a OLED Switch or the Switch 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Christian, you have a Switch, right? Or did you not?
I mean, there was a Switch in the house. It's
Oh, that's
famous.
right. That's right.
She has it. So, she's the Nintendo person. I played a lot of bit of what is it?
A lot of it.
God, oh my God, why can't I think about it now? Animal Crossing. I played a ton of that. But that's about all I really played on the Switch. I bought like Street Fighter and stuff like that for it, but it was mostly her playing it. But I don't know. I'm considering getting it. Again, when I hear more about like what it is, but it looks fun. Like I'm a sucker for handheld gaming, so you know what I mean. I think even with the Switch, like I preferred playing it like this instead of it being docked. So
we only play docked when we're like playing family games, to be honest. Like if we're playing like Mario Kart or Mario Party or something
Smash
like that.
Bros.
Smash Bros. That's the only time I use docked. Yeah, I always use it in handheld, even if
That's
the
funny.
TV is available. Like it's just the way I prefer to play it. I love my Switch. I think my
Yeah.
Switch is probably my favorite game system that I have.
Right.
We have a PS5, but like you said, I like the handheld element. And Nintendo, for the most part, does really well with their games, right? Like they're
Yeah.
where Nintendo systems shine is with their first party titles. It's
Right.
when they have Mario, Zelda, whatever the case may be, Donkey Kong, even playing a lot of their classic games
Pokemon.
still, Pokemon, things like
Mhm.
that. They do good with ports too. Like there's some ports that work really well, some ports that don't work so well, and that's fine. But like something like the BioShock collection, I thought was absolutely flawless on the Switch. But yeah, surprisingly, but like something like the Arkham trilogy, probably not so much. But that's okay.
No. I
They
mean,
try at
maybe it
least,
will be
right?
with the Switch too.
Yeah, maybe it will be with the Switch too. We do know there's probably going to be some 4K capabilities with the system. And again, this is all like just kind of rumors and stuff at this point. But I think let's jump into some of the games that are rumored to be coming out for the system upon launch. There's been some listings already for them, and these are just some of the titles that people are assuming are going to be coming out for the Switch too. Of course, we start out with kind of our pretty obvious ones. We have Mario Kart 9 finally, which is going to be pretty cool, judging from the trailer that they
Not
released.
not Mario Kart Deluxe Deluxe.
Not Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Deluxe. No, an actual Mario Kart 9. And what someone pointed out, because they showed some footage from a new Mario Kart with the Switch 2 trailer, someone pointed out there's 24 spots on the starting line racetrack.
Jeez.
That is going
Yeah.
to be absolutely wild. Imagine getting hit with the blue shell
And
with 24
chaotic.
people. Like that's going to be rage inducing to the nth degree. It's going to be nuts.
Dropping from first to like 15th or 16th.
Dude, I can't even to like to 20th and 21st. Imagine that. So we're also getting a
It's
lot
always
of
recoverable.
yeah. Huge rumor, massive rumor, pretty much almost confirmed is that we're getting Halo, the Master Chief Collection, coming onto Nintendo systems, which would be coming onto the Switch 2, which is interesting, obviously, because Halo is an Xbox exclusive, but Microsoft has been really good with porting games over to other systems that are Xbox exclusive. They've done it with things like Hi-Fi Rush. They did it with I think Stray was at one point an Xbox exclusive. I could be wrong. I can't remember. They're doing it with
No.
the
I think that was
Indiana
a
Jones.
PlayStation exclusive.
What's that?
I think that was a PlayStation.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
was
that
it?
was
Okay.
always a PlayStation.
But it's on Switch too now. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're doing it with the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. They're bringing it over to PS5. So I don't think it
There's
would
also
absolutely.
rumors that Halo will be coming to PlayStation as well.
Yeah. No,
And
and I think
Helldivers will be going over to Xbox too.
that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Wow, that's
Um,
crazy.
Eli, one of these games I
Mhm.
think you'll actually really, really be interested in. Maybe I know you've been playing it on the PS5,
Mhm.
but we'll see. A new Star Fox game could be coming, which would be really, really cool. Hopefully, we get a new Star Fox game. We actually haven't had a new Star Fox game in a long, long time. This next game, I've been very, very, very excited for. This isn't just rumored. This is going to happen. It is going to come
guess.
out. We don't know when. What, Eli? What
Can
was
I
that?
guess what it is?
You can.
Can I guess what game you're talking about? Metroid 4.
Yes, Metroid Prime 4. I am beyond excited for Metroid Prime 4. I'm going to get it for the Switch either way because I have a feeling they're going to do like the double Switch 2 releases. But I will be getting it no matter what. I don't think we're going to be getting a Switch 2 on launch, but that's okay. I still have my Switch, and as long as I can play Metroid Prime 4, I will be there. We don't have a release date for that, but we'll see
Speaking of
when
which,
that one. Yeah.
did you guys get the original Switch like close to launch, or did you guys wait a little bit?
So we did. So we got.
Yeah.
We did get the original Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the blue and the red.
Did you guys pre-order, or did you guys like hunt it down?
No, we hunted it down.
Yeah, because we had
We
to hunt it
hunted it
down too.
down.
That was we.
It was
we,
rough.
we Yeah, it was really rough, but it was crazy. It was
We actually
Danish.
still have that one too.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, there was a couple of times where we're like, oh, we got an alert that like so and so has it, so we would drive down, and then they're like, oh, it's sold actually yesterday. I don't know why the computer said that.
Oh, that's a bummer.
We ended up getting it like at Fry's in Irvine or something like that. Like,
Oh,
but
jeez.
yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
crazy.
we got that one, and then over the years we've kind of evolved our switches. Like Eli and Cassie, they have their Switch lights. I got the OLED. So the other one has an issue with its card reader, so it doesn't
Oh,
read game cartridges. It does like digital games and everything just fine. It just won't play
right.
cartridges, which kind of stinks. But they're also talking about a 4K upgrade of Breath of the Wild, which will be cool. Nintendo just absolutely loves to re-release their games over and over and over and over and over again in HD. They just did it again with Donkey Kong Country Returns HD for the Switch because they already did a remaster of that for the Wii U. So, but we're suckers. We buy them anyways. That's just how it is. Red Dead Redemption 2 could be coming to Switch finally. We have Red Dead Redemption 1, but not 2. This one fascinates me because I love Nintendo. I absolutely do. Nintendo is great when they're working in their wheelhouse, when they work within their capabilities, when they work within their processing powers. That's when they thrive. Sometimes when they try to release a brand new game on their system, when all the other guys are releasing brand new games on their systems, sometimes you're not getting the best you can get. This next game kind of gives me that vibe. If it can pull it off, amazing. I'm excited and I will buy it for it. If not, I don't know. And I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows is supposedly coming out to Switch.
No.
Not alongside the other ones, but within the next, it'll be a potential launch or close to launch title for the Switch too, depending on when it releases.
Which one's Shadows? Has that not come out yet? Oh, okay.
No, that's the new one that's coming out.
The one in
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it would be good if it can pull it off, and if it does run as good as a PS4 Pro, I'm completely on board with it.
Yeah.
I think they can do it. There is a lot of rumors about Eli. This one's for you. Cyberpunk 2077 coming to Switch. If you wanted to,
no. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. Nintendo, stay away.
Having flashbacks of when it first released, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I love this game. Don't touch it, Nintendo.
See, that kind of worries me too, right? I feel like they might get a little too big for their britches, so to speak. And
how was The Witcher 3? Did you guys get The Witcher 3 on Switch?
I have it.
Yeah, we actually do have it.
How's that?
I've been playing it a little bit. It's not horrible.
No,
I mean,
it runs
pretty
that
good.
runs fine. Cyberpunk should be okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Project Red. Yeah, it makes sense.
Cyberpunk is so because they don't even have the Blood and Wine or any of the DLC for the.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. They're not gonna run with
the Witcher 3.
Everything.
Yeah, and you're also gonna be like, obviously, what Nintendo does with their ports is you're not gonna get the full 100% processing experience, right? They're gonna have some sacrifices, so you're gonna have a lot of background detail gone. You're gonna have a lot of character details missing. But to me, like I played the more recent, not the one that just came out, but the one before that, Life is Strange game for the Switch. And if you're playing it on the PS5, there's so many details in the background. Like it's based in like this Colorado type town in the middle in the woods. Very pretty, pretty beautiful. But then you play it on the Switch. A lot of that is kind of, it's still there, but it's not as vibrant as like other systems and stuff. But I was so engrossed in the story where that just didn't matter. Like I wasn't paying attention to the backgrounds. I wasn't paying attention to this. So as long as they keep the basic
one of those games
intact,
that you can do that with.
Well,
I mean, I get what you're saying because there are like games where it's like I'm okay with like downgraded graphics if the gameplay experience and the story is like awesome. Like that doesn't even really bother me. Like, but yeah, Eli, I totally get it too because like that's such a big part of like.
But here, like
the
Night City is not just the setting; it's like a part of the story itself.
Yeah.
It's
Right. It's like
a
another whole
living
nother
entity
character.
in
Right.
of
No,
itself.
I understand that. And it's also, you also got to remember though, Eli, like a lot of people, they can't spend $500-600 on a PS5 or an Xbox, right? So they're going to spend $300-400 on a Switch. So it gives them the opportunity to experience something that it might not be the ultimate experience, but it'll give them the opportunity to experience something that other people can, right? Like, which I think is a cool thing. Like, I think it'll just kind of
Yeah, I
open up.
can very much agree with that.
Yeah,
But at
no,
the
and
same time, this is, I hate to say it, but this is definitely
It's
one of
very
those
dear to you. We
games.
get it.
no, I get it. I
Yes, very
100%.
much
No, and
so.
I understand that. I completely get that. But hey, you know what? Give people the opportunity to enjoy the things you love, and then you could talk to more people about the game and how cool it is.
Because
So
imagine if it works, man. You got Cyberpunk in your pocket, dude. That's awesome.
yeah, exactly. That's the cool part.
It works.
Have a
Very keyword there. If
Final Fantasy VII remake could be coming to the Switch too, which could be interesting. Mario Kart 9, which we talked about, and one of
are we
the
getting a new Smash Bros. Games?
nothing that hasn't been rumored for launch. I mean, it'll probably happen, but not at launch so far. And of course, a new 3D Mario game. So might be getting a sequel to Odyssey, which I really, really love. I freaking love Odyssey. I've played Odyssey like 3 times since it's released. Such a
Which
cool
I mean, that
part.
would kind of make sense, seeing as how Odyssey was day one for the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, what if they don't say it until the day it drops and drops the trailer and saying that it's also releasing with the Switch 2?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that would be really cool if they did. And I'm thinking a lot of these are going to be, we did get in the trailer as well for the Switch 2 that most games are going to be backwards compatible. So I'd assume they're going to release it. I don't know how they're going to differentiate between like if they're just going to release one cartridge and depending on what system you have, you get the different upgraded version of the game or you get like a regular, Switch One kind of port for it.
Like
so.
how the Xbox Series and X and S is.
Yeah, exactly. But this is different though. This is a completely new system, so we have to remember that because I think the problem a lot of people are going to run into, like I said, is they're just going to think it's a slight upgrade, but it's not. It's a brand new. It is an upgraded Switch, but it's not. It's the same but different. Okay, it's very, very different.
It's probably gonna have all new hardware for it, like on the insides, and completely.
It's gonna run better.
Graphics cards, memory, all the type stuff.
Exactly, and if you're, like I said, if you're comparing it to something like a PS4 Pro, that's pretty good. Like that's not bad. That's just last gen, so it's not. Going to be horrible. So, I don't know. I'm excited for it. We're going to find out more. Nintendo's going to be holding a Nintendo Direct April 2nd. So once that drops, we'll definitely be talking about it here. But make sure to tune in on follow Nintendo on YouTube so you can check out all of the directs and everything like that. So
and get things, of course, directly from them instead of an intermediate source like us.
Yeah, or you can just, come here for all the good stuff, which we really, really appreciate.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, you can.
We do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I need it. Speaking of Nintendo, this guy's pretty cool so far.
Yeah, I would. Yep, I wanted to see it.
I still got to build
How many
Mario.
bags is that?
What's that?
How many bags in total is there?
This right here was, I think this was 8 bags, almost 9.
Dang.
Yeah, just for this guy. So
like
I think
total, what is like 14 bags probably?
Oh yeah, 14 total. Yeah. Yeah. So I think once like Mario is set on here, it's going to be a little bit more. Then there's this.
That's such a good price for like what is it? 129, 130?
Yeah.
For that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so like, that's such a good price.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've been building Lego like crazy. I don't have everything here. I have the 66 Batmobile that I just built right there.
Oh, nice.
I got Da Vinci's flying machine. That one's really cool.
How was that
It's in
build?
the other room.
Was that a cool build?
That's fun, man. And the
Yeah, I
mechanics
wanna
on
get
that are
that
really,
one.
really fun.
That
It's
was
just cool
like
to have a Leonardo da Vinci minifig. Don't you
yeah,
guys have
that's what
the
I
Mona
want too.
Lisa? Yeah,
We
see, that
do.
would
Oh,
be perfect to
no,
go with it.
no, I haven't gotten the Mona Lisa yet. No, we have the
Oh,
Starry
okay.
Night.
Well, because if you do, like, it would be cool to have, like, the Mona Lisa and have a
Yeah.
flying machine,
Gosh,
and the little Da Vinci minifig.
I
I
do want
also
that
got,
flying machine.
what is it? The new, God, I got so many. The new Batmobile, that was all right. I got that for the minifigs, for the Two-Face minifig. That was awesome. And then I got
Ooh.
the new modular, the Tudor corner.
Oh, that
That
one's
one's
beautiful.
beautiful. That's might be like my favorite modular now.
I wanna
I
get
took
that
them
one.
out of here, so I'm trying to put all my I still have these guys, but I have all of the modulars in another room now on like one single table, but it's still not big enough for everything. I'm like, I try to like finally want to get like the city together. It
Right.
looks really cool to have like all of them like lined up. I have 9 modulars like over the years, so all together. So yeah, we've got I think I've got like all of the I don't have like the original 3 because those are like way too expensive to get now,
Yeah.
but I've got a lot of the really, really good ones. So
That's cool, man.
yeah,
That's very
been
cool.
Lego obsessed lately.
That's good. I do wanna get the Da Vinci machine. I think I need to pick that one up next. I think that one's not too expensive, right?
$50,
Like,
dude.
yeah, that's not
No,
bad.
totally worth it.
That's not
Yeah.
bad at all.
I might pick up the Countach soon.
Oh, yeah?
We'll see.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep looking at it. I think so pretty, man.
I still wanna get the Jaws
Oh
one
well, we'll
too,
see.
the Jaws
Do it.
set.
Yeah, that too. I
The
know.
Jaws one
I
looks
keep
really
looking at
cool.
that too. I keep going back.
Yeah, that one will
Man,
be neat, but
yeah. Shout out
oh,
to
cool.
all the Lego people, man. Like every time I go to the Lego
Yeah.
shop, they're just so friendly and helpful.
Always so cool. Always so yeah, I completely agree. Just real quick before we wrap up, make sure to check out keep an eye on Pastrami Nation socials and everything. I'm going to Fan Expo Portland this weekend.
Yes.
Dude, I'm so excited. Never been to one. So I'm going to be doing a lot of reporting from there. Some really, really fun things lined up this year. So definitely, if you're in Portland, go check it out. They've got a good guest lineup. We got Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, pretty much the whole cast of Supernatural, except for Jensen Ackles and Misha Collins, two of the mains, but it's okay. It's all right. We get Jared, we get Grant Gustin. We've got I'm really, really bad at pronouncing his name, but he plays Superman in the CW. Superman, Tyler Hoytchin.
Oh, I couldn't help you. I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
He's
We got
great.
a bunch of oh, he's fantastic. Yeah, we got a bunch of people from the voice actors from One Piece are going to be there. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, we
Got a
got
lot
the
of great
straw
comic book.
hats.
Yeah, got a bunch of great comic book artists and writers going to be there this year. So it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Like it's gonna be my first time checking out the event. So I'll make sure to report back everything, and let you know what I thought of it. And Pastrami Nation is also, if you've been paying attention to socials, is going to WonderCon this year. So keep an eye out for that when that happens. So they'll be reporting from there also. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good year for cons. I think it's already off to a good start. Waiting for some other confirmations come through the pipeline. So I'm very, very excited for those. So we'll see how those go. Thank you all for joining us, though. Thank you all for checking out the show. We really, really appreciate every single one of you. Christian, where can they find you online?
All the normals, Christian Nacorda. Come find me. Let's draw.
Awesome. Yeah, you can find me on all of them as well. Kevin Hoskinson, Kevin_Hoskinson on TikTok. However much longer it is existing for. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff. And again, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, LA still needs your help. Go out there. Like I said, you can find a bunch of great resources online. I'm sure you go to Red Cross. They have a bunch of great links and everything that you can donate to. You can learn how you can help out down there, even if you don't live down there. So anyways, that's the show, everyone. Thank you all for checking it out. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Hope you all have a good night. Right now, y'all, it's crazy times out there. Be careful. Look out for one another. Take care of each other, please. I just can't say that enough right now. Just with all the craziness going on. Let's just be nice and be good people. That's all it takes. Don't forget that, and take care of yourself, your neighbors, and everyone else. Until next couple weeks, we're doing this every other week, but until next time, we will see you guys later. Have a good night, and we will see you all in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.